Hi, welcome to the garden. Today it rained just enough for the, feel like a sauna out here. We got just enough rain and now everything's just really sticky. And one thing I was wanting to do, and I did get here and try to put out some fertilizer. I got a little bit out. When you're putting out any conventional fertilizer, one thing, or synthetic fertilizers, one thing you want to realize is they are pretty much instantly broken down. So if you're putting out nitrogen, especially urea nitrogen, and you put it out and you get a little rain like we just got, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to turn into a gas and go up back into the atmosphere, because 80% of our atmosphere is nitrogen. Nitrogen's always trying to get back to the atmosphere, or it's trying to get in the water and run off. Nitrogen's always trying to leave. So you don't want to just sling out fertilizer and wait 4, 5, 6 days and get a rain, because you're going to lose almost all of it. You get some of that also with your organics. The reason I'm going with synthetics here is because this corn's really needs some nitrogen or something. You're seeing some taller stalks there where it gets a little more fertile, and these other stalks are really short. So I'm trying to kickstart it, try and get these things to grow better. And what I've got is I've just mixed it up, and I'm just going to go through here and spread it out beside it. And then I'm going to come back with a hoe. Go on this side more. And heal up, H-I-L-L, heal up some soil around it, so to cover up the soil so it can't, what they call it's called volatilization, volatilize on it. It's kind of going on both sides. And this corn's probably not going to need any, but honestly, I'm seriously thinking about pulling this corn up and replanting it, because it's pitiful. But that can happen. And I'm going to do this side over here. Like I say, this is really just trying to get this stuff to start growing, and see if we can. And also on your nitrogen, you don't want to put it all out at one time. I did put some nitrogen on it earlier, but if you put it on all at one time, it's going to hang around roughly 45 days. And that's a rough estimate. That's not completely accurate, but it's a pretty good kind of rule of thumb you can go by. You'll still have some nitrogen that will hang around with you longer than that, but it's not a bad idea to say, hey, every 45 days I'm going to fertilize. I'm throwing it on both sides of it, because I'm going to heal up on both sides. You don't really want it to do like this, because it can burn the plants. You see that here, where the fertilizer lands on it, because it is a salt. So you don't really want that to happen. It did happen, but that's not what you're trying to do. And really, it's not that bad there, but if you get down inside, one fall inside there, it could cause some damage. So, and this is a mixture of urea, triple 16, and some just regular potash fertilizer. It's like 0060, and say I'm just scattering this out real scientifically. And we'll go over here and get this here. And what I might do is run that wheel hoe through here, and then scatter it. I'm going to run out of fertilizer before it's over with, but I'd already put some out earlier, so that might still be okay. Anyway, and next thing we're going to do, well, I guess I'll show the squash here is still making some. This here is a moonbeam scallop patty pan squash. Over here we've got some of the 8-ball squash. It's the round green one. And then this one here is the other one, and it begins with a K, kabocha or something like that. This is about right. Is this size. And then one over here just is a regular squash, yellow squash that's making here. And there's ready to pick. So got it right in there. And then watch out for the watermelon vines. We got a watermelon here. And then we got 2 over here. And 1 over here. And a big one, that's the one I seen the other day. So that's kind of how fast they grow. I've heard, I think it's 35 days. When you see a watermelon on the vine, it should be about 35 days before they, whenever they're ready. So they grow really fast. I didn't try to put any fertilizer over here for the watermelons, because if you put nitrogen on these watermelons now, they can expand too fast and tend to split. Then up over here, we got some other watermelons. So, I got a fair amount of watermelons out here. There's one over here growing, and then a small one up over there. So, the watermelon's looking good. Over here, we're going to be having the potatoes. And as I was saying earlier in the other video, once you get to hot weather, these potatoes just go to pot. So these potatoes are all ready to be pulled. We've got them up to growing. The other potatoes over here, I did plant some field peas, cow peas over here. They've already come up, so they'll come up really quick. I plant them really thick. My son did have some of these like this. And what happens here, these fire ants get inside them. That's another reason you want to go ahead and, because that's still hose of fire ants. That means that potato's no good. Check it out there. Yes, they bite you. Actually sting you. And then our beans, green beans. And I'm gonna walk you down here. I picked this row here. And of course I don't got the buckets with that little green bucket about that big. It's already filled up 2 of those. And these are the green blaze beans, and they are making like crazy. Come on in there and get that. Also got fire ants on them again. And that's about the right size you want them at. So I'll be picking these today, getting those up, doing a lot of sweating. And these are the Romas here, and they're the flat beans. They haven't, don't look like they produce near as well. Something that's also eating on them. So I would say the green blaze have done much better. And they got some on them, but they're not near like the green blaze did. And then those over there are some more of the field peas. But anyway, that's kind of the garden, how it's looking today. And I didn't dig any. I may come back and show you some of the digging on the potatoes. Anyway, either it's by or see you in a bit. Thank you. Okay, first potato we dug up, fire ants. If you also look in here, there's fire ants too. So that means this potato is no good, so throw it over the fence. And we're seeing the fire ants in there. It means you're also going to, look at these really quick. Some of these, it's just got one hole. You might be okay. That's got one hole in it. We'll see. And when we go through them, what we're going to do is look at them, see which one's got the holes in them. That's the one we're going to do first to see if they're any good. I do take these vines and try to chunk them out of the garden. If I get time, I'll take them completely out. Again, that looks okay. And really, and that's the old potato. That was the seed potatoes that we planted. Now there is a difference in seed potatoes and potato seeds. You can buy some potato seeds. I've tried those before. They take a long time to germinate, take a long time to produce. And you're mainly gonna get the small ones. That's the fire ant when they're biting you. I do have, but they have some nice sized potatoes, but freaking fire ants stay out of them. And there's a bunch of fire ants right there, so I'm not gonna stay here very long. I do fight the fire ants because I'm just stubborn. This also is rough on your back. I did take that pitchfork or fork, and I'm not going to look at them because the fire ants are on these things, and lift the soil up a little bit. I don't know how necessary that is. If you're in clay soils, it's more necessary than this other ones. Make it easier to dig. Yeah. I did wear my sweatpants this time, just solely because It's so much easier working in the garden bending down than it is running around in blue jeans. It looks nice. I think I said when you're doing potatoes and you buy 5 pounds of potatoes and you plant some seed potatoes, what you're hoping for is somewhere between 5 and 10 times more than what you plant. So if you're doing that, you're successful. There's some really nice potatoes in there. And like I say, red potatoes down here in the south, they just produce better than your other potatoes do, from what I found, which is okay. They're also lower value, I guess. They're not the potatoes that you want to spend a lot of money on, but high value don't help you any if you don't produce any or produce very many of them. So, but if I was going to eat potatoes, red potatoes not my first choice. If I'm growing potatoes, it is. I have gotten away from the fire ants, but I'll probably get back in them further on down. Well, I'll see one right there. And anyway, we'll go ahead and stop the video for now. I might look at something else. It's either by or again. See you in a little bit. Thank you. Okay, back for one last time. For about 20 foot of row, we dug. Almost filled up the 5-gallon bucket. And that's with culling out the ones that we've seen holes in, and some of the ones, there's a few of them that was rotten. But 4 or 5 is rotten. So it's kind of what you're going to get. You get, I don't know if I said it or not, if I thought about saying it, but you do get 5 to 10% more, or 5 to 10 times more than what you plant. And I'd agree with that on this one. I didn't measure how many I planted. What we tend to do is I'll go out there and I'll buy a 50-pound bag, and then I'll cut up some and I'll plant those we eat, because seed potatoes you can eat. There's nothing on them that's wrong. What I'm going to do here is I'll run the rake over it, clean out all the weeds, plant some more field peas in there, and I'm going two per row. So then we got to still dig up these here. So, but it is hot. We're gonna go in and get some water and cool off, and be back. Or I'll see you next time. Like I said, today we're finished doing the beans, picking those, and digging these up. Also, I pick more of the tomatoes, but it's gonna be a busy day. Anyway, till next time. Thanks. See you.